We dance on the beat, oh, on the song, oh. My brother, God can bless anybody. Make you no look down on anybody. As you see me so, no be by power, oh, no be by sense, oh. Nobody special pass. My sister, God can bless anybody. Make you no look down on anybody. As you see me so, no be by power, oh, no be by sense, oh. Nobody special pass. Shebi na God will bless the Maya. 7 God 9 lift me higher. Nobody believe say cookie they go blow in higher. We know they tire. Now the work we they do will bring the rubber. Then tell me so many no, but I know they ginger me oh, and I know they give up to you. Oh God, if nobody encourage you, encourage yourself. Oh, that's why I said kerosene, even say coconut. You know, so many they underrate. Ele do my elevate. Baba shame all of them when they hate. My brother, God can bless anybody.
Let us do well. It's not easy to have this fantastic personnel in our midst. He is one of the persons that makes Okobo. I mean, when it has to do with repairing of phone, laptop, video coverage and editing, snapping, using water. What is it called? Studio picture. This man is not a novice as long as that business is concerned. I am honored and welcome, though I know that I am not worthy to call in, but by the virtue of a microphone, sir, I want to say you are welcome. Please, a round of applause for this man. Thank you so much. If you can see it with us that we have the flags being posted outside, and if you may ask me a question that what are we going to do today, I will tell you that today is not just an ordinary day, that today is one of the most spectacular days in the agenda of August 2022. Please permit me, let me also introduce one of the artists we have here in our midst. I know that we have so many artists here, but before I get to introduce that person, please join with me as I am going to celebrate the very mother of Okobo meets Okobo, not any other person but Mama Victoria Salt. Mama, I welcome you, man. You are welcome, man. That is the mother of Miss Okobo. Mama, you are welcome. And let me also use this same opportunity and give us a brief notice that today I am fortunate to have him in person. He aspired as one of the most spectacular and empowering presidents as long as Heritage Polytechnic is concerned. I am not referring to any other person, but I am talking about Ato Sax. You are welcome, sir. Our State Polytechnic, that is, are going to join our two hands together as we clap and celebrate these people. And there is a popular saying that says that anything worth doing well. If you learn to celebrate people, I am saying the fact that celebration will not cease your doubles. Please let me at this point introduce the person. I mean the king. I mean the man that will, by the opportunity of today's occasion, that will give me the directive, permits me as we celebrate and also bring up to the head table not any other person but Engineer Francis Obi, the chairman of today's occasion. Please let us welcome him. Let's appreciate him as he's coming up. Thank you so much, Kaka. I am happy to have you here. Thank you, you're welcome, sir. Please, in that same way, please let us do well in order. Let me welcome the parents of the celebrants first. Please permit me as I use this opportunity and call Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Emmanuel, please, to the head table. Anywhere they are, please let us do well. So appreciate and encourage them and welcome them judiciously to this great event. Let us appreciate them in absentia because I know they are coming. But we always end up when they are coming. That means I am the most sinner for today. I mean 12th of August. Please permit me as I am going to introduce my father, my mentor, educationist, the man that knows what to do and do it at the right time. The man that puts in as long as the school of teaching is concerned. I am not referring to any other person. I am referring to one of our guest speakers. The keynote speaker is here in person. He is a man that is mostly time conscious. I am referring to Miss Okobo International, not any other person but Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria Salt is here. Please let us appreciate her as she's coming up to the table. That is nice of you. I love this woman. And Miss Okobo, Miss and Mr. Okubedi here in our midst. I want to say they are the same Queen and the Royalty Council of Okubedi as long as Okubedi government is concerned. I am not referring this to any other person, but to the Queen. I am talking about Her Royal Majesty Queen Laurentia Aye. Please let us appreciate her. Also with the King, I am not referring to any other person, but the able Queen, able King, and Edekere is here. They are here in person. Please, yes, that is your seat. Please, if you are Isoyo and Son Global Enterprise, a contestant, please do well. Mommy, this is your seat. Please do well. That is a contestant seat. Thank you so much. You are welcome. I am not surprised because today is a royalty day. Royalty's color always go with red, royal blue, what is it called again? White. What is it called again? And gold. I am honored to have people on gold. It happens that I have to appear on a mixed color, so I am putting on color riot. There's no problem. If you see fight, you will see fight in this color. Please, let us also do well as we are gonna invite one of the United States of Ibibio down to United States of Okubedi for this occasion. I want to say this. I don't know when he is an award-winning comedian, award-winning artist, not any other person but MC. I know pro MC, but as long as I can say this one, MC Gentility. This happens second fight in the back. Look, come inside and sit down. I speak that item to I haven't introduced people onto the table. I want to move. If you want to move, I want to move. Let us move together as we go to item number 4. But before then, invitation letter was extended to Wisdom Model Secondary School as one of the schools now bringing invites. I believe who they are here, please. They should come inside and sit down. The company invited Odu College, I think who they are coming. The company also invited which school is that? Fake Star International, I believe who they are coming. And the school also extend their invitation to Shining Star. Of Okubedi Ward 1 who happens to stand in for the very father of the day, Honorable Fimba Amono is able to represent by Okubedi Ward 1 PDP Ward Chairman. Please, sir, Anthony, please, we are welcoming you officially to this coronation. Please, sir, come to the table. Let us appreciate him.
Mr. Isoyo on the Maiden Ambassadorial Coronation at Okobo Development Union Hall, Odigo, on 12 August 2022. The chairman, keynote speakers, special guest of honors, the royalty councils, the Maiden ambassadors, the esteemed guest artists, media persons, other great phenomenon in the high table, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I felt greatly honored to be called upon to present an address of welcome in this memorial event. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the official coronation of Isoyo and Sons Global Enterprise Maiden Ambassadors. Today's event is an historic one. I especially welcome Barrister Isoyo and Sons Global Enterprise, who work effortlessly to make this dream a reality. It is often said that success occurs when preparation meets opportunity. Now, opportunities are undoubtedly presenting themselves with time. We are here today because we are unveiling the first brand ambassador of Isoyo and Sons Global Enterprise, the only special ones who in their visions, who share in the visions of the company, and by God's grace, who will be striving hard in order to enable the company to fulfill its mission. I rely on the company of Ambassador and Mr. Gideon Abasi, and comfort of others phenomenon to thrive. Due to my experience, the tools, let me at this point cite Isoyo and Sons Global Enterprise a little. At first, this company was formerly called Ambassadorial Venture. In 2022, the company name changed from Ambassadorial Venture to Isoyo and Sons Global Enterprise. This company, as the name implies, Isoyo and Sons Global Enterprise, deals with so many groups that makes a company. If I must mention, the company deals with the following: 1. Medical logistics. 2. Book publishing. 3. Cosmetology. 4. Catering and lots more. The company is open for partnership and students under the above mentioned departments. The company is formally registered with Corporate Affairs Commission, meaning the company is legally known. Once again, I welcome the entire staff and contestants of Isoyo and Sons Global Enterprise to this memorable event. And also, may the peace of God be with you all. Amen.
I want to use an opportunity to my home stage as a chairman. Let me tell you, when God wants to bless you will come. And this is my first time of being a chairman of a church. I want to use this opportunity to tell everyone of you that anything can come to you. Good things can come to you very, very well. For me to be here right now, I didn't have in mind to be here, but by God's grace and through their mercy, I have to be here. I say, may the good Lord bless us in Jesus' name. But going back to our own dialect, because my person at the end of the same time, and the glory, you know, check my person time, you know, appreciate, say the person time, I'm trying to job, so I'm going to Abasero is going. He gave them to from again. He young from again. He gave us consistency.
A man that is very common to be accessed, or he is accessible. Please permit me as I call on one of our first speaker who happens to be educationist by the opportunity of today's occasion, and he is here to grace each and every one of us and give us the scope about education. I am not talking about any other person. I am talking about Deacon Basi Efion Tony, and is here in our midst.
Thank you, Mr. I want to stand on the existing protocols already, and I want to say thank you for being the audience to listen to me today. I was given an invitation to speak on the effects of education in our society or community. I feel deeply honored, but I want to say that this topic given to me to do justice to it is a very wide topic which we may not exhaust in hours, but I will do justice to it by trying to summarize some of the points. I wanted to permit me, Mr. Chairman, to at least start with the introduction of it. I want to mention something. When we are talking about education, we mean a lot of things. It doesn't mean that those are our old men. The ancient people did not do what they did not pass through what we call education. They passed through education, but to a certain extent. So I want to first of all define some terms. I'm going to define what we mean by literacy. A.S. Conby in 2006 defined literacy as the ability to read and write. On the above, it's the ability of reading out any written thing, and also the power to write out things that can be read. On the same point, John Salmon viewed that the ability to read and write is not strictly, it's not restricted to a particular language. That means many languages are there. Someone who is able to read and write in the language he or she understands is an education. Somebody may be literate, but it's ignorance of something that is going on. It's not an illiterate. I also want to, before now in Africa, the child is able to carry it in the brain, go to the market, buy everything without making any mistake, and comes back with those items. That child has been literate on how to carry out these functions in the society. So we also want to talk about education. What do we mean by education? Education by B. Onyeri Sarah Ukeji in his paper Education for Social Reconstruction in 1966. He defined education as a process by which people are acclimatized to the culture into which they are born in order that they may advance it. In short, education is a process by which an individual acquires the ways, beliefs, habits, values, and standards of life in the society in which he is born. That means it is a way or process of inheriting, imbibing, and contributing to the acceptable norms and values of the society, discarding unacceptable norms. That means if that child is well educated, the person is well educated to imbibe the acceptable norms of the society, then discarding those ones that are not accepted. That means the child or somebody is literate or has passed through a level of education. So we move to what we mean by types of education. There are different types of education. In this, we classify it under three types. We talk about the traditional education, the Western education, and the modern education. Under these three types of education, we look at traditional education as a type of education which existed in every society, African society, long before the advent or the coming of the Europeans. In fact, it was named, mothers are always the first teachers. Then the fathers, who are the breadwinners as it was considered in those days, will join, and other members of the extended family will join in the education of such a child. And they will teach that child the norms of the society. Those things the child is expected to know. How to greet elders, respect to elders and constituted authorities, and the way of greetings. In fact, like in our society, a little child will greet somebody who is older by the formal greeting, we all know it. But in some societies, like the Yorubas, sometimes they prostrate. Some people put their hands together like this and greet. Some bow. Then we may not dwell so much on that. That is why a man calls Ambassadorial in 1991 on African traditional education highlighted 7 goals of African traditional education aimed at producing an individual who is honest, respectable, skilled, cooperative, sociable, and conforms to the social order of the day. In this performance, included character development, skill acquisition, respect for elders, and constituted authority, intellectual skill, vocational training, healthy attitude towards honest labor and development of sense of people who were able to read and write. So they had to train people on how to read and write and recapitulate. The purpose was that they should win souls, bring people, raise people who could read the Bible, interpret the Bible, and some of them became local interpreters. And because of this, education, introduction of formal education came in when the missionaries established schools and also provide some infrastructural facilities. So this one helped to bring up children, but this education we call Western education was not functional at all because it could not give a child a basic tool to struggle on his own to make a living, only to depend on white-collar jobs. So because of this, education during that time was not job-oriented. This is the type of education that exposes a child to all there is in the world and environment. This develops child's mind to diverse areas by making use of various technological gadgets. During the Biafran Civil War, sorry to mention that, when the Gowon did not understand on the Aburi peace talk, when Gowon did not understand what Ojukwu mentioned about the division of this Nigeria, what Ojukwu meant by confederation, whereby regions have to control their wealth alone. He agreed without, except when his secretary came back to tell him, do you know what you accepted? That when there is a kind of system called confederation, that means each region will control the wealth of that region and has only a little proportion to send to the central government. So he said, oh, so I didn't know. See, because Ojukwu was highly educated, he graduated in political science and other areas, while Gowon only ended in just secondary school level. I thought he had completed it. And then that was a challenge to Yakubu Gowon when he went into the University of Jos to study, and he's now a professor and a lecturer in the university. That was a challenge. Because of this, education helps a lot. Politically, in all other areas, when you have educated people, they will know where they stand and how to vote personalities and people they know they can stand in to defend them. Then education is needed to make is appointed or elected into a so and so office. Then the person will be able to represent us family and bring in something to develop the community. That is why it is necessary. Education has the power to help societies and the world in general. When you are able to benefit from them, you may not benefit from those people, I may not benefit from them, but there are other international bodies that are benefiting from the with the wealth of those people. And it is because of education and exposure. Education can take you to any level. You may not be fooled around again. Education is important because it helps members in the society to learn from the mistakes of the past. If our forefathers made mistakes because of ignorance, because of illiteracy, in fact, we learn from their mistakes. We know what is right for us, what is good for us, and we'll be able to put it right. In this generation, we learn a lot. Education is the first step a society needs before giving rights to women and other minority groups. Education is able to bridge the gap as far as gender equality is concerned. Our women are exposed today. Now, if we want to mention our people in this, when they do that, you know, it's not easy to defeat them. Somebody we heard about, like Indira Gandhi of India, was the first woman prime minister of India. Somebody like Margaret Thatcher, the prime minister of United Kingdom. You see, they were all women. When you see our women today, even in the seat of presidency, if a woman is given opportunity, she may perform better than some of the men we have. Respect for elders and peers. Education teaches our children how to respect elders. You know, sometimes when a child in the nursery school challenges the parents and says, "Daddy, that is not correct. That is not true." Sometimes we may count it as insult. But in education, we don't say it is insult. It is politeness. That child does not have any fear because of the type of learning that the child has acquired. We don't count it insult in education. It is politeness. The child will say, "No, it is not true. That is not what our teacher taught us." But sometimes it is good because of exposure and education. That child is able to face challenges and will not be afraid of the parents, even elderly people, by saying the truth. Those educated children do not shy away from things like that. They will speak out. So respect for development of character. I have already mentioned that a child's character is developed when that child is exposed to different types of learning. They have intellectual training. The child imitates, participates in some major learning processes. We learn geography and history of our community. We know fertile land and cultivation. For cultivation, planting seasons, learning stimulates experience, which is hard to forget. Education reduces superstition. You know, some time ago when the missionaries came, Mary Slessor tried to stop slavery or killing of twins. Now, in our society, sometimes, some places, you know, a twin mother does not live in the community, some even an isolated place to stay. But when Mary Slessor came and stopped killing of twins, now we can see even the twin children we now discarded in our society became very prominent and are able to achieve much in life. So such superstition is removed today because it was counted as something wrong in the society. And sometimes we don't need to sacrifice for our land to be fertile before we cultivate. Those were the things that happened in those days. They sometimes sacrifice for the land to be fertile. It is normal. It is not because of the God of the land that makes the land infertile. It is our cultivation habit. So education also help in healthcare. If you are educated, you will not go for self-medication. You will not do other things that will take risk your life. You will look for medical doctor, medical expert to treat you instead of waiting for self-medication. So because
about a health therapist here in our midst who happens to be the very chairman of medical line as long as Okobo is concerned. Though I don't really know the name of the organization, but permit me, let me call on Honorable Okon E. Uwe in the house. Please, let us appreciate him as he is coming up to the table. Thank you so much. Thank you. Before we call him on stage, please permit me, like 5 minutes ago, a popular face just walked in. This is one of the space or one of the persons that we have been yearning to see. And this is one of the persons that Akwa will have. If you don't celebrate what you have, tell me, what are you going to celebrate? Now we learn to celebrate what we have so that people will learn to celebrate us. Please permit me at this very point in time, like I said earlier, the second flight of Akwa Ibom State is yet to drop, and the flight just landed in International Airport of Akwa Ibom State, who happens to bring who we were very, very waiting for. Permit me, let me introduce the mouthpiece of the gods. The mouthpiece of Akwa Ibom State. Not any other person, but this man has traveled far and near as long as this business of a microphone is concerned. He is an award-winning comedian, an award-winning MC, an award-winning artist. Not any other person. You're welcome, sir. I am honored to have you. Okobo is honored to have you. Isoyo and Son Global Enterprise is encouraged one of the most spectacular Okobo saxophonists. By the virtue of this occasion, I want to tell you that this man traveled all the way from the United States of Ikotekpene to come and grace this occasion. Please, let us welcome not any other person but the songwriter and the saxophonist, Eto Sass.
My brother, God can bless anybody. Make you not look down on anybody. As you see me, so don't be by power, don't be by sense. Nobody's in charge. My sister, God can bless anybody. Make you not look down on anybody. As you see me, so don't be by power, don't be by sense.
Okobo mawa eru alanda mesigwe Okobo mawa eru of the greatest Nigerian today. I am not hearing you. Greatest boy, greatest bagger, greatest Mbo, I'm telling you, but first and foremost, I want to recognize the chairman on the occasion for giving me this great opportunity. Chairman, I celebrate you. And I want to also appreciate my father, also on the head table, a music writer. In fact, when he released his best album, about nursery school, Wisdom International Knowledge School, I was very small. And he was in Congo used to take together a band. In fact, this one is too much. I want to recognize him in person of Deacon Donigan. Sir, you are recognized, sir. And also, as far as music is concerned, in Kepini, he is our boss. I want to also recognize him also on the head table. His name is Mr. Onlesku. Sir, you are recognized. And I want to also recognize every other personalities also in the head table. The power name is LPD. The chairman of Gobodi PDP Ward 1, and every other, the doctor here, and the designer, every other person, not forgetting the current royalty here present, Mr. and Mrs. Kepini here present, and every other person here, and the ambassador of this very great company and enterprise. You all are recognized, and you are welcome in the mighty name of Jesus. Please permit me to seize just 5 minutes to do this special performance, and I would also want to recognize our MC here present. I've been watching a lot of his comedy online. Sir, you are too much. Please, Mr. DJ.
Appreciating, let's appreciate him. A simple woman. One love, one God,
alright. One love, one life. Yeah. Family, you see, you can be alright. One love. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let us appreciate it ourselves. That was a wonderful performance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Our award-winning saxophonist. Thank you. Mbok ini tono lagi semi bobo bisa ni no ni. Mbok so tete. Ibi tinge ko te bogoro na de ni na ni yi ko bi tete. Bogoro so na be ka please permit me. Let me also officially invite and bring up to the head table one of the business tycoon, business therapist as long as Okobo is concerned, who happens to grace this occasion as a special guest of honor. Please permit me as I formally bring the CEO of Royal Bar. He's here in person, not any other person but Mr. Philip Ibo is here in our midst. Please sir, come to the head table.
The body day for pocket, shaping our national budget. We go blow like trumpet.
Thank you so much. And then this event. No, we can go your 1 year week but for this event, I really want to extend my profound gratitude to the CEO of Isoyo and Son Global Enterprise. I am with all these beautiful kings and queens in this great occasion. Sir, God bless you fantagloriously. Without much ado, please permit me also, let me introduce and also bring up to the head table the mommy in the house. Please permit me as I bring up to the head table the mother of today's occasion, not any other person. It is fortunately because this woman is not just ordinary woman, but this woman is a deaconess. Permit me as I bring up to the head table Deaconess Josephine Silvanos to the head table. Please permit me at this point in us welcome our speaker.
Thank you, Mr. MC. To success. You see, by the time we look at the issue of health, I'm sorry, the MC came looking for my information about me. I'm a man of many parts. Some people knew me. I was a teacher before. I led joint civil service. I led and also now in the business of health. As we all know, apart from food, the next thing you need in this life is taking care of your health. And as such, you cannot do without health. And that is why we venture into health, bringing health closer to people at this grassroots. We have been able to help many people solve their health needs. And I may not go into that area, but the area I was asked to maybe share with us is the challenges and how I overcame these challenges in the course of doing my business. I have been in the business of health for quite a long time. As such, God has really helped us. And Mr. Isaiah met us in the area. And that is why I am here. And the capacity as the chairman Maiden Medicine Association in Okobo. So when you look at the challenges, in every sphere of life, you have challenges. And one might really want to check the meaning of the word challenge. You find challenge in your educational career, in the health sector, in the economy. We have several challenges. And the word challenge can be referred to as a situation of being faced with something that needs great mental or physical effort in order to be done successfully, and therefore test a person's ability. In your home, you will have challenges. In the very health we are working on, many people have challenges in their challenges are being found in people's body in a very deep capacity. The challenge may be daunting and it comes and it's outcome uncertain, but it must nevertheless be faced and dealt with. All these challenges must be dealt with or need to be addressed. You need to address challenges in life. If there is to be a chance for a good outcome, for you to have a good outcome, you must take time to deal with the health challenges. You know, some people do not take care of their health. Some feel it's not important. Some go as far as taking those items that are causing health problem, excess of those items which you are not supposed to take, and you go about taking all those things. All those things will bring problem to your health. For example, some specialize in taking excess alcohol, and by the way, your body does not need excess alcohol. And by the time you indulge in taking excess alcohol or those other things that affect you, you might find out that at your later age, these things might come up. You might see the effect of it. You might not find the effect of those things today, but it will come up. That is why in smoking, they said smokers are liable to die young. The producers of this tobacco are taking time to warn every person, every member of the society to desist from it. You know, by the time you indulge in taking this tobacco, it is expected that at a certain point,
or a challenge is a situation that threatens to hinder or derail a business pursuit of success. Example, in the medical line, as a health worker, you have to maintain quality customer relationship and also try as much as possible to meet customers' need. And if you are in the field and you fail to maintain good customer relationship, at the end of it, you might stand to miss a lot of customers. I also want to mention this: it is not only in health. Very many of us are business conscious people. If you venture into any kind of business and don't maintain quality customer relationship, you are bound to miss your customer. And also, you must think as much as possible how you can meet the customer's need, so that those things you sell might not be the items that the customer needs. For example, we sell some medicines. Someone might come, I want to buy ibuprofen, for example, and I have diclofenac to offer, or I have aspirin as an offer. And incidentally, that person might be an ulcer patient, in which by the time I give him aspirin, it will have effect in the system. And you need to look at it beyond the spectrum of this drug. Look at what do they need in this area. Okay, at this point in time, what does this customer need? As he comes to that shop, what does he need? Do you have those items that the customer can always go after? You need to meet the customer's need. And these are the things I have to take into consideration in the course of running my business. And I have a belief that to endure challenges that comes with life and to choose the difficult but glorious path while others are looking for the easy way. For you to succeed as a businessman in the health sector, there are certain things I had to consider. There are certain things I needed not to do. There are certain things I needed to do at a particular time. Now, before I venture into this area, I woke up one day and asked myself, why do I choose to go into this? Not only in the health area, you as a person, if you want to venture into any business, you first of all ask yourself, why do I choose to go into this business? And by that, we are referring to drive or passion. You cannot just simply see someone being a tailor and you say, okay, my friend, my sister is a tailor, and as such, I want to become a tailor. When I was about taking apprentice in my enterprise, I first of all asked the apprentice, why do you want to be a health worker? Who asked you to come into this line of business? Does anybody pushes you into this line of business? I take time to ask this question so that someone will not tell you, for you to go into a medical line is very lucrative, so you will be forced into it, and at the end of it, you might not make anything out of it. So first of all, I have to look at passion. I have to look at drive in the course of working out my business. So as a result of that, any person that comes close to me, the first thing I will ask him is that, why do you choose this kind of business? First of all, I had the challenge of looking at my passion. I look at the drive. I literally made up a decision. I made up my mind that, okay, having drive or by the time we talk of sponsorship, or by the time we talk of someone working or venturing into the business as a health worker, you might think of receiving a training and the training has to come. What kind of training do you intend to embark on? After taking decision, the next thing that comes to mind is training. Know in whether they taking a time or a period of decision as to whether or not to go into the business. So many thoughts came up. Now, this training was the second challenge that came. Question arises. How would I function in this capacity without adequate training? If you don't train and get retrained, you cannot function very well as a health worker, as a health practitioner. Now, when we talk of getting trained, you might decide to go into the school of reading medicine, reading pharmacy, reading nursing. As well, you can also choose, if you don't have money, you can also choose to approach Isoyo. Please, I want to learn a trade in your place. I mean, when I talk of Isoyo, you are approaching Isaiah that I want to learn a trade. I want to take up a trade in your organization. I want to be a health worker. By the time you are approaching, Isoyo will now discuss terms and agreement on what is required. Can you read and write? I mean, by so doing, apart from going into the four walls of university to learn a maternity, which we are working right now as a secretarial role, and with that, we have been able to set up a store whereby we sell hospital equipment. That's what God has helped us to establish. So, with this business, I have digressed into some other areas. Like Isoyo, when he approached me, he said, apart from the petting store, he also think of going into, confectionaries or something like that. There's some other areas of business he said he wants to expand his business. Like now, in our business center, we have been able to tap into something like physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is not a business you can find in this part of the world. I mean, around 5 LGD. We use machine to handle some chronic cases. And these are the sources we have been able to make out of the business we venture into. So I am standing here to encourage each and every one of us that Rome was not built in a day. And as such, you must be determined and be focused if you really want to make it in this life. And lastly, by the time you start the business, get some trained personnel that will be willing to work with you. Don't just bring in quack. Quack will collapse your business. Get trained personnel, and as such, you will make it in this life. And then lastly, I also encourage us that hence you want to go into the business of any magnitude, either as a health worker or otherwise. Put God first in your business. By the time you have faith in God, you stand firm, and that God that gives you the vision, that God will help you to take it to a successful one. Please, thank you very much. And that comes to the end of this.
Please let us encourage our health therapists. Honorable Uwe is indeed a businessman and also a health therapist. I want us to encourage and appreciate him once again. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. To venture into health is not easy, or it's not an easy task. Please permit me, let me please with the last speaker, please, ma'am. I know your own, since you are a tall woman, and I want to appreciate you as tall people used to do. Their own school or ethics of life is, since they are tall, they need to behave short. It's only short people, I am sorry. It's only short people that I know that do things tall. But since you are tall, so do things short. Please permit me at this very point in time, before we move on, let me also appreciate and encourage and also bring up to the head table one of our spectacular special guests of honor, not any other person, but please permit us as we appreciate Mrs. Patience Odu in the house. Look, let us in the late 90s. She is the only and one daughter to a parent. Education. Miss Victoria attended government primary school, Okobo, comprehensive, then proceeded to comprehensive secondary school, Okobo, and wrote her final examination at community comprehensive secondary school, aka Okobo, a graduate of business education at Akwa Ibom State College of Education, Afaka Insert. A serial entrepreneur who believes that what is worth doing is worth doing well. She was taught in different nursery and secondary schools, both in Okobo and Uyo at large. She was a former marketer at Safe Mark NG Uyo, an admin officer at Image Plus Eye Clinic Uyo, and currently a document controller at Isaac Afia and Partner Estates. Her passion is to promote the girl's child and exalt greatness made her to contest the office of Miss Okobo pageant, which she emerged as the pioneer queen of Okobo local government area in 2020 till date. She has used her reign as Miss Okobo to touch the lives of several people in Okobo and beyond with the little resources available. The following are the projects which she has carried out. One, a one-day school outreach at Eastern Okobo High School, an essay competition carried out, skill acquisition on version at main course Uyo, Catch Them Young outreach at government primary school Okobo Uduting Okobo, a one-day girls' child summit at Odu Hall Okobo, distribution of food items for the Agei people in Okobo, student entrepreneurship program in collaboration with engineer Bobby Ono Ofio, and she still plans to do more. She will be speaking on modeling and social lifestyle. She is a member of School of the Royal Association Beauty Kings and Queen, Akwa Ibom State. I am not referring this to any other person. I am referring this to Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria Okon, aka Victoria Salt in the house. Please come. You are welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Greatest Nigerian student. I'm still a student, so we don't have to be too official sometimes. Greatest Nigerian student. Great Papa. Great Koko. I'm very happy to be here. I must say, it's a privilege to stand on this podium. It was on this podium that I was crowned a queen. I'm very happy to be here to talk to everyone here present. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. I was told to speak on modeling and social life, and how I've been able to overcome all the challenges in my modeling career. But I want to say I'm not a model. queen is not a model. There is a difference between a model, a queen, and a beauty queen. I've had so many people calling me a model, and I'll just answer it, but I'm not a model. If you say model, might find it difficult to contest for a beauty pageant. Some model doesn't have a crown. As long as you have the features, you have the height. The MC said I'm tall. I'm not too tall. You have the height, you have the complexion, you have the attitude of a model. You can go into it. There are some beauty queens that cannot do what models are doing. There are beauty queens that cannot catwalk as a model. There are beauty queens that doesn't even know how to catwalk. Example, me. Sometimes a beauty queen can catwalk because she is contesting for a pageant, and because of that, she has to learn how to catwalk, because your first appearance on stage, you need to catwalk before any other thing. But a model, when a model is being invited for an occasion, the person's duty is to catwalk, to entertain the people that are there. But a beauty queen will likely sit down one place until when she is invited to stand or she wants to be recognized or something. But a model will have to catwalk, display several, you understand what I'm saying? But a beauty queen doesn't do that, except she just wants to do it for the passion, or she just wants to get the money. A beauty queen can also be a model at the same time, depending on the occasion. Then we have a queen and we have a beauty queen. A beauty queen contests for a crown and win the crown, while the queen can just be a title given to someone, maybe because the husband is a king. If your husband is a king, automatically you are a queen. Being a queen, because your husband is a king, doesn't make you a beauty queen. A beauty queen is someone that contests in a pageant and won the crown. Talking about the challenges that I've been facing and how I've been able to overcome those challenges. There is no office that you hold without challenge. There is nothing good in this life that will come so easy for you. Even the president of this country has challenges. There are people that will be for him, and there are people that will be against him. There are some projects he might want to execute, but it will be so difficult for him because of some challenges. Being a beauty queen, I've faced a whole lot of challenges. And I want to encourage the king and the queen of Isoyo crown that want to be crowned today. You say, yes, ma'am. Everybody will say, yes, sir. It will be very difficult for you, and you can be depressed because of that. Being a queen, I've done some projects at my own ability. But there are some times that doing that project bring a problem, because sometimes it's finance, sometimes I don't get what I want to do the project. But sometimes I do what I can. Then I was like, wow, other people can also benefit from this. I can collaborate with this man and do a project. I had to chat him up. Even when I did the flyer, everything was just online. I did not meet him officially. We were just chatting. And do you know why he responded to my chat? Because I chatted everything in full. Some people use a shorthand. You want to say good morning and you're saying good PM, good AM. What's that? You want to say how are you? What is there in typing out? big boy and big girl. It's not right. It's very wrong. When you chat with an elderly person and you are using short words, the person might not respond to your chat. And you will think that person, expect that person to respond to you. Some people will not respond. And someone like me, I will not respond. If you say I, except I know you. If you say I will respond I. How are you? But if I don't know you and you're dropping I will not respond. If you want to chat with someone that you don't know, this is not only applied to beauty queen and king. It's to everyone because you don't know where you meet your destiny helper tomorrow. So when you want to chat with someone, hi, good afternoon, sir, or good afternoon, ma'am. I believe you had a peaceful night rest. It's very bad to ask someone, how was your night? I hope you slept well, it's very okay. I believe you had a peaceful night rest, or you have a good night rest. It's very okay then, how was your night? What if the person says it was bad, what will you do? You will not do anything. Let's learn some ethics on how to use our social media, especially as beauty queens and kings. Because you don't know how you chat with someone and the person will just help you. I chatted with Engineer Bobby Onofio on social media. I brought the idea, I told him that I want to do a project with him. I did not say I and expected him to say I. He might not have responded to that I just said hi, good afternoon, or was it in the morning? Good morning, sir, how are you? Please, sir, I would like to do, I introduced myself. My name is Victoria. I'm from Okobo, Miss Okobo. You just introduce yourself when you meet someone. When you are chatting with someone, introduce yourself. Don't wait for the person to ask you, may I know you? Some people might not ask you, may I know you or may I not know you? People don't have enough time. Even on call, when someone gives you a number to a politician's number or any prominent person's number, hello, sir, auntie, hello, how are you? Just go straight to the point. Hi, good afternoon, ma'am. My name is so person. I got a number from this person. That is just as simple as anything. Go straight to the point. I always tell people, go straight to the point. Say what you want to say. Some people don't have enough time. If you have airtime to be asking people, hello, how are you? Did you have a peaceful night? Okay, ma'am. I'm from Isoyo brand. They give me your number. I say I should call you, you will support my events. The person might just end the call on you because you don't know what you are doing. You don't even know what you want. That's on social media. I did not just wake up one day and know this thing. I had to associate with other queens from different local governments since we did not have any queen from Okobo that I knew as at then. I had to associate with people. The first queen I associated with was Miss Little Things. Even when you walk authoritatively. Walk as you own the world. You are a queen, you are a king. Walk with all amount of respect, with all amount of dignity. Control everything. If you are going for an event, dress well. If possible, do your makeup, fix your lashes, do your nails. Not because I'm not doing and you think it's normal. It's not normal. It's just the way I want to carry myself. Do what you want to do, but don't make it to be too difficult for you. If you cannot afford the price for makeup, leave it. Nobody will chase you out of anyone and say you are a queen, you are not doing. I've attended several events in New York without doing any makeup. I know that I cannot do it, I will not do it. You will not beat me, you cannot do anything. It depends on the way you carry yourself. Some of us pay more than what we have because of inferiority. We think because we don't have this, we are not doing this, that people will see us as if we are not fine. It depends on you. Thank you very much for your audience and thank you very much to the brand for this opportunity. I'm grateful and I hope one, two, or few things that I've said will change your life positively. Thank you very much.